So obviously I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna put on makeup and then take it off and then go to bed. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is spray my rose water and glycerin spray on my face, and it looks like this. And you can fan it a bit. So after I do that, I'm gonna take this Glow Recipe Watermelon Pink Glow Juice. It looks like this. Apply some eye cream to my eyes, and I'm gonna take this Hola Hendrickson Banana Eye Cream. Honestly, first of all, my dark circles are genetic, so nothing is gonna get rid of these babies. So yeah, see this glow, it's looking all glowy. Okay, so we're gonna keep this glow going, and I'm gonna apply my MAC strobe cream. Yeah, I just like when my face is very hydrated, and I like when it looks really fresh and glowy. So I'm going to apply that to the high points of my face, and then I'm just going to apply it everywhere else. Well, I really just like it to dab it right there. Okay, the next thing I'm going to use is this Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I can feel it on my skin and it's really like sticky, so that's a sign that your foundation is gonna stick onto this and it's not gonna go anywhere. So that's a good sign. Take the Professional Primer and I'm just gonna like dab that onto where I have huge ass pores. I'm gonna take my NARS foundation. So what I do is I like to just pump it on the back of my hand. So I do one pump, I think that's one pump, and then I just spread it on my face like that. Yeah, so we're gonna see how that works, and then we'll go back in if I need more foundation. I'm gonna take this sponge, this beauty sponge. It's dirty, but it's damp. And I don't remember what the name of this sponge is, but it's a microfiber sponge. And I'm just gonna pat that all over my face. Yeah, so the concealer looks like this, and I'm gonna use the shade Sand, and I think this concealer is just like a tad bit lighter than my complexion, so I'm just gonna go into like the corner of my eye, and I'm just gonna bring that down to like the sides of my nose, because what I'm gonna do is use this concealer to kind of contour my nose a bit, so that it looks a bit slimmer. So yeah, I do like that, and then so it all looks like this, and then I just put a little bit on my forehead, just a little bit, and then I'm gonna put some onto my eyelids. Well, not some, but quite a lot. And they look weird. So now I'm gonna take my sponge and I'm just gonna blend everything out. So I start from the outer portion and I work my way in, and I feel like this just gives me a nice airbrush look. I feel. I'm gonna blend it up to my temples, and then I try to keep the contour of my nose intact. Okay, so now I'm gonna like blend out my lids a bit. So I'm gonna use my Anastasia Beverly Hills cream contour palette, and I actually got this from Marshalls for I think $20. I'm gonna take this Real Techniques brush. I think this is a foundation or a concealer brush, but I'm gonna use this brush for my cream contour. I'm gonna take this shade. I'm gonna take this shade right here, and I just coated on the back and the front. And what I'm going to do is just curve out my cheeks, basically. So and like you can like do your mouth like this, which I sometimes do, just to know where I want the contour to go, because like everyone's face is different, so you just gotta figure out how your face is, like how you want to bring out your features and go along with it, basically. So I go like this and then I see my cheeks are right up there, and then under here, fucking weird, my mouth looks weird. Under here is where I want my contour to be. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is my forehead, and I just go along my hairline. Sometimes I go a bit overboard, but that is fine. And I go out like the corners a bit, because I just want this little spot to be highlighted, you know, so my forehead looks way smaller than what it is, because we all know that this is a fat head right here. So now I'm just gonna do my jawline right here, and I just follow where my jaw is, basically. So you can like do like that, and you can see it better. And sometimes I go up to my ear. You gotta make sure you blend this out real good. So I'm gonna take a smaller brush like this one. So I'm gonna do my nose. I'm gonna connect this line. So what I did first is did 2 straight lines beside of my nose. Right there. Next, I'm gonna connect those lines to the beginning of my eyebrow. So I'm gonna do like this and connect those lines together. Bingo. That could have been done better, but it is what it is. Now the next thing I'm going to do is the tip of my nose, and I realize if I bring my contour a bit down to my nose, it looks a bit cuter to me. So I'm going to do that. So I basically do like the head of a triangle. Yes, and that is basically it for what I do for contour. The next step is to blend all this out. Like I said, you gotta blend very good so everything looks flawless and seamless. Okay guys, so I'm gonna use this e.l.f. brush, and this is a stippling brush, really cheap. This is a small stippling brush, really cheap. So when I was contouring, I did this little smile thing. I'm going to do that again to blend that all out, just to know where I want it to be. Okay, just to know where I want it to be. So I'm going to start with the cheekbones. And I do circular motions and I do like drag down motions. It's cosmetics brush, and yeah, I don't have a name for it, but it looks like this. And I'm just gonna blend out my nose contour very lightly, apply like light pressure. I'm going to apply my e.l.f. concealer, and this concealer is pretty good. I actually really like it, and I've been using it for a while. So I applied just a little bit of that because this concealer is pretty heavy. Whatever that's left on the sponge, I'm just bringing that up. So I'm going to be setting my face. I'm going to be using 3 powders, 4 powders. We'll see. The first powder I'm going to use is my Laura Mercier powder, and I'm going to use that powder under my eyes. I'm going to take a different sponge. This is the Real Technique sponge. Okay, another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up the sides of my nose, if that makes sense, with like powder. Because I want to bring out my nose contour. Okay, we're looking like this. Whatever that's on the back of my hand, I'm gonna set my forehead and my chin. So now we're gonna go into bronzer, and I'm gonna use my Fenty bronzer in the shade Bajan Gal, and I'm gonna just take this BH Cosmetics contour brush. So I'm just gonna go into that and bronze up my cheeks, my cheekbones. I'm going to take this Wet n Wild crease blush, and I'm going to contour my nose with some powder. I'm going to use the same bronzer that I used. I'm going to use my NARS Orgasm blush, and I'm going to take this blush brush from Real Techniques, and apply that to my I'm gonna apply that to the tip of my nose. It just adds some color and shine, like good shine, like a glow to your nose. Then you're probably wondering, why haven't she done her eyebrows yet? But we're getting there. We are getting there. So I'm gonna clean up my contour, and I'm gonna use a different powder for that. I'm going to use my Fenty powder. It's dirty, in the shade Banana. This powder is a bit, like, let me see. So I'm just going to dip my sponge in that and just clean this up. This is a e.l.f. brow pencil, and I'm just gonna fill in the sparse areas of my brows. So I did my cleaning up of my eyebrows off camera, which I just used my Born This Way concealer, and I used a so I used a flat brush to clean up my eyebrows. And now we're gonna do the fun part, which is the eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna like go over my eyelids. Okay. I'm gonna use this palette, which is the Morphe, which palette is this? 35M. It's called Boss Mood, I guess. So I'm gonna use 3 different shades and to achieve this eyeshadow look. So I think this look is very beginner friendly because it's 3 eyeshadow shades and really there's not much to it. Like, I think anyone can do this look, and it's really simple, and you can do this with different colors that I'm gonna use. You don't have to use, you can use a different color scheme if you want to. You'll still get like a bomb look. Use 4 colors instead of 3, maybe, I don't know. I kind of do this look different every time I do it, so we're gonna see what we do this time. But it still is very simple. So I'm gonna use this shade right here, and it has a name. The shade is Play It Cool, and honestly you can use any like light kind of brown shade. So I'm just gonna go in with that shade. With this is the brush, this is a Morphe M508 brush. It looks like this. It's just a nice fluffy brush, and yeah, so it's getting intense already, and I'm just going to cat eye that out a bit. Why is this girl watching so? So yeah, so I'm just can you stop?
Can I borrow your car tomorrow at 9 a.m. to go to a meditation class?
No, I'm going to the gym.
What time are you going to?
In that little socket area. That's your crease, and that's where you want to start your transition shade. I'm going to use this Wet n Wild brush, not the same one that I used to contour my nose, but the same type of brush, and I'm going to go into this orange shade that is right here. And you can use any orange shade. So this is the orange kind of eye, very orangey, and I love it. It looks so good with my brown eyes. It looks really good with brown eyes. So I'm just gonna go into that, tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna put that right where, a little bit under, well, I basically right where, a little bit under and a little bit right where in this crease where I put the first shade. And I want that to be very bright. We're gonna build it up. And when you're holding your brush, try not to like hold it like right here. Try to like give it room to do its thing. It's just easier to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take a clean brush. This is a Morphe brush. No, this is a Coastal Scents brush. And I'm just going to blend it right here because it looks, yeah, good. Good. Just any brush like this that it's a bit tapered at the top. And I'm going to take this reddish color right here. Is that, yeah. Take this reddish color right here, and I'm gonna put that into the, I'm gonna show you guys, tap off the excess. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this little V and it's just gonna create just more dimension to the eye. Then I take that Wet n Wild brush with the structure brush, go in with the orange shade, put back that into the eye. The next thing, even though we created this like little space right there, I'm gonna fill it up with that dark, not that dark, with the orange shade. So I'm just gonna use a flat shader brush type of brush, and I'm just gonna pat that into the orange shade. Blend the edges. Okay, so this is how the eye is looking right now, and we're gonna add a little bit of shimmer to the inner corners and kind of like working it into 1/3 of the eye, but not so much. And I'm just gonna use my finger and go into this orange shade right here. The lash line, and I'm gonna use these two shades right here. So this one and this one. Orange, so it's a bit softer. Put some brow highlight under the brow. Like that. Oh, I'm using this shade, so we're gonna blend this all out. It's been okay, guys. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is apply some falsies. I did apply some black eyeliner, and I didn't bring it out from. I got from AliExpress, so there's a pack of 5, and I pay like $1 and a couple cents for these. And I'm gonna apply these middle ones right here. I'm gonna use my duo glue, and I'm just gonna apply that to the lash band. These lashes are kind of dirty. I wore them a couple times already. So it should look like that when you eye it on. And I'm just gonna let it dry for a couple seconds, let the glue get a bit tacky. So when I'm applying it to my lash line, the lash isn't moving all over the place. And eyeliner onto my waterline. I'm gonna do my lips, and I'm gonna use the MAC lip liner in the color Quark, and I'm gonna use my MAC lipstick Jubilee. Take this lip gloss. I'm gonna do my left eye first, and what I do is just drop it in the middle, and I just fix the corners. It's really simple. So drop it in the middle and then fix the corners. I take it with my tweezer, and I have like whatever mirror I have looking up, so I can look down on my lash line. So I drop it in the middle, use my fingers, and just fix it the way I want it to be. You guys see? And then I just use my fingers and clamp everything together. This is how she's looking. She's a brand new girl. Do you know me? Nope. This is a brand new girl. So I'm just gonna blend my lashes like they're a bit, because they have like makeup on them, so I'm just trying to like cover up them a bit so they don't look noticeable. With this cover effects or cover fix, whatever, however you say it, it's the illuminating setting spray. And okay guys, so that's the end of the look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's really simple. Once you like practice, it's really simple. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for my next video. Bye.